Our intro music is provided by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com.
You're listening to Night Dreams Radio with Gary Anderson.
Well, hi, everyone. That is me. This is Gary. Hey, a lot of things going on. Harley's complaining to the government that putting tariffs in Europe on their motorcycles is going to financially hurt Harley. And what can I say? I remember back about a year ago when the president, was shaking hands with all the leaders of Harley. Yeah, frustrating. Anyway, the weather up here in Gig Harbor, Washington, blue skies. If you ride a motorcycle, it was a great day for riding. Hey, Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I took my motorcycle out not too long ago.
Oh, okay. Did you? What was the traffic like out there?
It sucked.
Oh, it sucked. Hey, what can I say? He said it sucked. Hey, coming up on the 20th, we got Peter Davenport from the UF Reporting Center will be on our show for the first hour. We're going to have a lot more guests coming here starting about the middle of the month on UFOs. That's why I played a little bit of UFO sound effects here this morning, or afternoon coming on the show. Boy, I don't even know what time it is. That tells you how far out of I've been spending the last 2 days rewiring. Added another computer to our system, Kevin. Added more wires to the router, to the switches for the Ethernet cable. It's been a lot of fun, and I tell you, I got it all together, and I was shocked when it worked.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to be...
Right now, I'm just trying to attract more listeners at the moment. I am sharing Spreaker at the moment to a couple groups.
Yeah, we're trying out Spreaker, to see how it is compared. See, we normally have our own server that we go through, and from that server it goes into what you're hearing is on now. Then it goes into TuneIn and iHeart and iTunes and everywhere else. But I just wanted to give this a try because people have been saying, hey, why don't you try Spreaker? So I'm trying it out tonight and see how the audio quality and everything is and how many people actually are listening when we go live here versus who listens when we're on TuneIn.
Exactly.
Yeah, just to see what it's like. So are you excited about all the guests we're going to be having coming up starting next week on UFOs?
Well, I was actually disappointed that the guest tonight canceled on us.
Well, they didn't cancel. I kind of halfway canceled too because they're out of the UK, and that's with Gordon, and he has a book he wrote about kids paranormal events and stuff like that. But the problem is he was having problems with Skype, and I was having problems at that point yet with Skype till I got everything rewired here just shortly. So we're going to have him on next week, Kevin, and he'll be here.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. But we can always create some entertainment for all of our listeners here at the moment. And so, what are we going to be talking about tonight? I thought we were going to be talking about UFOs.
Well, I was, but you were so involved with that little cell phone and doing what you were doing.
I
felt like I was talking to myself, Kevin.
I was trying to attract more listeners. That's all I was trying to do.
I felt like Mom's parakeet, it goes in the cage and looks in the mirror and talks to itself all day and all night long. That's what I was feeling like I was doing
Well,
there.
why don't you tell some jokes?
I don't have any jokes. So
tell some jokes about North Korea.
Don't bring that up again. Please. please don't do that, because now we're on a different platform, and I don't want to be shut off of this platform. So don't even begin. No one could shut us off on our other platform, because that's our own server and our own bandwidth and our own network. We're not on that right now. But I'm kind of excited that, the fans have been wanting to hear more and more about UFOs and aliens and abductions and ghosts and stuff like that. So I heard you guys. So that's what I'm doing. I've been trying to chase down Peter Davenport for over a month. He finally got some time free, and he's happy to be on the show, like I said, on the 20th from 7 to 8 p.m. He's going to talk about some of the major reportings they've been having and what's going on in the UFO field right now. And it's really been quite active from what I've been gathering. So, I mean, you never know. That bright light you think is a plane up there might not be a plane. It could actually be a UFO.
Or that sound that you hear that you think is a plane, or that big boom that you might think, oh, it's just a military base. It might not be a military base, or it might not be military drills. It might be an actual military invasion.
It could be. So, guys, what I want you to do, if anybody's out there who's a ghost hunter or even a UFO hunter, contact us at Gary at what's it? Motorcycle Talk by Gary. Boy, I'm blowing it so bad tonight. Motorcycle Talk by Gary at gmail.com.
Yeah,
that's Motorcycle Talk by Gary at gmail.com. We are looking for people in the paranormal field to interview on our show. So if you can gab for at least an hour, contact us.
Gary, tell me, what would you do? What would you do in an alien invasion? What would you do?
What would I do? Everything I would probably have never done in my life. Probably hold up a 7-Eleven, make love to a blonde with big boobs, rob a bank. And
why would you rob a bank, though?
Why not? I like to just get a whole bunch of money and burn it just for the fun of it. Because if we're being invaded by aliens, life as we know it is over with.
What if we take back Earth and then reinstated money again?
Well, I don't know. If they're smart enough to come down here in spaceships and attack Earth, I really think we got a serious problem. And that's another thing, too. I mean, I got some guests coming up as saying that they have documents showing proof that the government has been working with aliens since actually World War II. And I'm going to have that person on towards the end of the month.
What do you think about this? What if those warships that you were talking about on those previous episodes, those warships that went to...
Okay, you're talking about Antarctica?
Yeah, Antarctica. They went to Antarctica.
Well,
and then
it was a fleet went to Antarctica with a bunch of Army troops and stuff like that, and a bunch of troops got killed. They don't really say how they got killed, and then a destroyer got sunk. And they're not saying how it really got sunk. So, and they were supposed to be there for a long period of time up in Antarctica, and they came back really fast. So I don't know. It's, the underground bases and stuff that Hitler's supposed to have in Antarctica. Maybe they actually ran into a base of alien
like an underground
aliens.
Base
Underground. And also, I got to guess it's going to be on towards the end of the month too, Kevin. It claims that the government knows that they are a alien base on the moon. And claims that
are you talking about the dark side of the moon?
Dark side of the moon. There's an alien base. And actually, we supposedly have a base or two on the moon, too.
Not like the Transformers movie.
No. And he said he has documents to prove that. Of course, everybody has documents to prove it, but, I think it'll be some interesting hours of entertainment coming up.
Exactly, and I'm interested to hear what these people have to say, because even though I'm kind of skeptic on believing half the stuff, I'm still interested on, the what-ifs, ooh.
Okay, well, Kevin, do you ever get in a situation in your life, and my friend that time up in Canada with a Bigfoot. Unless something you can sit back and think, I'm skeptic. I don't believe this shit, right? Well, unless it actually happens to you, then you got a different story in your mind because you know it happened. Okay, so when you go, that's why I haven't told people because, up to recently doing the show, because you know what? People like you, they're kind of skeptical. Hey, I don't believe it. So you're not going to tell people like that. That's why my friend who's a medical doctor didn't want to tell anybody because he would think, his patients would think the guy's a little loony and he was just opening his practice. So, he would not had a practice very long. So, he told me and we sat and talked about it all the way back from the Canadian Rockies home. I think we just, on this, we need to forget about it.
Yeah, that seems very interesting.
Yeah, well, what can I say? But, there's other things out there like ghosts and, I still want to take you to that one cemetery I used to take you to when you were a little kid, the one you used to start crying about when we used to drive up to it. I got this little recorder I bought just for we could go down there at night. We'll charge up the flashlights, hopefully they don't go dead in the middle of the cemetery. We'll walk around and ask, people and they're like, hey, does anybody need a cigarette? How do you need a beer? How's your sex life when you're dead? I don't know, but we'll ask questions.
Or something like that. Or be like, hey, how are you guys, around still? Are you guys like zombies or,
I think they're just spirits out there floating around,
Are they like zombie-like spirits or something
I don't know.
like that?
I think what's happened is they just don't realize they're dead.
Exactly. And they're just walking around.
Yeah, that'd be really scary, not to realize you're dead and be walking around. But I would think something's wrong when you're walking around and nobody's answering you.
Well, what's crazy? Hey, well, I crashed my bike a couple years back. Here's something crazy. What if in another reality I actually, died in that reality and I'm reliving the same moment or reliving the same time over and over again?
Well, that would be scary. I just watched was it Outer Limits show, matter of fact, I think this weekend. And this one guy, was a corrupt colonel and all that stuff. And a bomb went off. And he was living that millisecond of his life again, where he put his hands over his eyes and it just went on. And it's going to go on for eternally. That would be really scary. That would just you'd be asked, well, how would you like it to be in a bar and somebody shoots you, right? While you're in the bar and you drop over dead, right? So the only thing you have left is when you come back as a ghost, you're back at the bar and you're saying, give me a beer, bang, give me a beer, bang. And that goes on for eternity. Is that hell? Maybe you did something bad, and that's actually
that would be hell.
Yeah, you would be in hell. That's as bad as a movie I seen with Adolf Hitler getting a pineapple stuck up his.
Oh, are you talking about Little Nicky?
Yeah, Little Nicky. Yeah. I hope if you go to hell, you don't get a pineapple stuck up your hole.
Well, yeah, I lost my train of thought.